Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom. We are back here at, this is Energy Boom 101, dispatch from the patch 6, part 2. Part 1, we introduce you to the Symphony of Shale, so we'll do a segment on that. Maybe it's on a TV show, I don't know. This is just market wrap, so all we do is come in here and wrap up the end of the day's trading on Wall Street. This is how we're going to keep in touch with the Energy Boom. Here at Energy Boom 101, we're going to keep in touch with it by checking in with the publicly traded energy companies from Oklahoma, primarily from Oklahoma City. And I'll go over them now and just give you a quick overview of where they're attempting to make their money. And that'll just be another segment on Energy Boom 101, sort of a market wrap. And then part 3 of this Dispatch 6, if we can get the cameras to work correctly, we'll do a global energy rainbow. Really an inaugural episode of the Global Energy Rainbow, because you'll get to see what's going on there. A lot of wicked news, great stuff. But this is market wrap, so we're going to check in every day with quite a few, I don't know, 6 to 7 Oklahoma companies, and we'll try and keep it to that number. And we'll always, our final check-in we'll always do with Osage, and I'll explain that a little later. But here we go, rocking and rolling. First company, Gulfport Energy, is out of Oklahoma City, of course, and they primarily drill in the Utica. I think they're spending $500 million there this year, and they'd be an interesting story if we had time. But they settled today at $68.48, up 0.3%. No huge thing there, so no huge news. Other than you may want to look at what they've done for the last year. You'll see that they've enjoyed robust growth. And Gulfport with Utica, I'm sure could enjoy continued robust share growth over the next few years. Now, this is not an investment show, but it's far from that. But that's Gulfport. The next company is Sandridge. Sandridge, Tom Ward's old company, out of Oklahoma City. Basically, they may be the largest pure play on the Mississippi line, and if they do the Woodford Shale, I'm sure they will Woodford Shale as well. But I think Sandridge has like 2 million acres of just the Mississippi line. And god damn it, my computer turned off. Well, this is okay. We're still going to go through this market wrap because I'm going to make up the share prices, but at least you'll know the companies. If I had actual information, it would go like this. So Sandridge, they settled today somewhere around $6 a share. They've been floundering there for 2 years, but that's a good story. Sandridge is another company that we'll cover. And then the next company we're going to look into is Devon. Devon's another Oklahoma City company that we'll check in with every day when the market wraps up. I don't know what they're at now, probably $65 a share or something. As long as the energy boom is going on in America, Devon will perform very, very well, I would imagine. Don't know for sure, but I'd put my money on it. And we're going to check in with Devon, and Devon is another Oklahoma City company. Now, unlike Sandridge, which is just based only on the Mississippi line, Devon has a lot of different plays. They're in the Permian Basin, they're in the Grand Wash, they're in the Mississippi line. As a matter of fact, they just did a really nice investor presentation. We'll go over those numbers later about the Mississippi line. But they're in there, I think they're in the Niobrara, there, and a few others. They're also in the Tuscaloosa Marine Show. They don't talk about that much, but trust me, folks, it's going to be incredible. Maybe. It's a great name. But that's Devon. We'll check in with them. The next oil company we'll check in with every day up in Oklahoma City, 20 minutes north here, is Continental. There's Harold Hamm and his Army of the Bakken are marching on Continental. They're probably at $116 a share. I gave it a screaming buy at $68 a share, by the way. I'm on a GMX, but they're bankrupt. But Continental's now about 118, so not a bad call. It may even out. And by the way, just like Gulfport has plenty of room to grow with their shares, and so does Devon, so will Continental. Plenty of room. They're right now just sort of uncorking the Bakken. They're also going to work their way into the Scoop. Check that out. There's some muscle in town. They're going to work their way into the Scoop. By the way, this is Energy Boom 101, dispatch from the patch 6, part 2. And the slogan we like to use here at the Transparent Barrel is connecting crude to consciousness one gusher at a time. Crazy stuff. We trademarked it. Don't try. And trademark it, don't try while you're at it. And Harold Hamm's Army of the Bakken, he'll also have an Army of the Scoop, but we'll call it something different because Army of the Scoop doesn't sound too good. And I'm sure he'll have another play. By the way, I bet Harold Hamm, I bet Continental puts the hurt maybe in the Monterey. Anyway, we'll check in with Continental every day. And we'll check in with Chesapeake at the end of every day, because even though Mr. McLennan is now a part of the Symphony of Shale, his former company, he and Tom Ward, his former company, Chesapeake, we will check in with every day because they have premier assets. So The good news is the simple way we're going to check in with what's going on in the energy boom, at least from Norman, Oklahoma, is just to check out these publicly traded companies in Oklahoma City, ending with Osage. Now, Osage is a little teeny trailer. Came to my attention when their shares went from $1.10 to $2.20 in 10 days. So it doubled in 10 days. They're now back at about $1.25. But I suspect they have a lot of potential, and you should buy a one share for $1.25 and look upon it as tuition. Tuition to Energy Boom 101. There you go. The tuition you pay to Energy Boom 101 is to buy one share of Osage Exploration. Symbol OEDV, Oklahoma Echo Delta Vibrato. Anyway, we'll check in with them every day, and they're moving pretty good, and I bet they'll continue to move. We're sort of excited here at the Transparent Barrel because the quick skinny on Osage is that they've received now 2 initiations of coverage. So 2 firms on Wall Street are covering Osage to tell you their story. And the Transparent Barrel is also initiating their own coverage because the absurd angle we're going to take here at the Transparent Barrel, and you knew this was coming, is that Osage, we're going to follow them probably as the symbol, I think. Maybe, we'll see, but they may end up being distilled down as the symbol of the energy boom, in particular for Oklahoma. We'll see. And it's because their production will come from the Mississippi Lime as well as the Woodford Shale. Well, their production from the Mississippi Lime will actually have, we think the Oklahoma Sweet, if it is sweet, will have hidden ingredients, much like a secret sauce at the All-American Burger, will have hidden ingredients suggesting that our existence is a narrative. And that our mind is really spun cotton candy at the State Fair of Oklahoma, which isn't bad. And then their production from the Woodford Shale, I think we've decided will probably demonstrate that the deepest sense of self really is Laffy Taffy, which was a great candy back in the 70s. Laffy Taffy. Anyway, all this is going to come from Osage. The poor bastards don't know this is coming. We don't want to spook them, but this should be a fun story to tell. This is how Energy Boom 101 is going to unfurl. I hope we haven't gone 10 minutes. We should probably call it a day. And then when I come back, we'll probably go to Global Energy Rainbow. All right, that's it. So 3, 2, 1, boom.